Hi, I'm Joe James. Welcome to part 7 of my How Autistic Brains Work series. I'd like to say once again that this is all based on my own experience as an autistic person, the experience of me being a dad to an autistic daughter, and the experience of being an autism awareness speaker, an advocate, and my experience of meeting many autistic people and having many autistic and neurodiverse friends. So I'm here to give them and all other autistic people, if they want it, a voice. I'm here to explain to you as a neurotypical or as an autistic that doesn't quite understand themselves how our brains work. So today's subject is misunderstood social interactions. Now, I'm sure that every single autistic person watching this has had a misunderstood social interaction, and I'm sure every single neurotypical person that has met an autistic person has had a misunderstood social interaction. Can I say that anymore? Misunderstood social interaction. There's one more. So, when it comes to these misunderstood social interactions, there is a huge commonality with every single autistic person, with every single neurotypical person. And that is facts and opinions. So let me explain to you the difference between a fact and an opinion, just so we have a basis to start on. This is a hat. It is brown and it has a little bow. These are flowers. They are fake flowers. This is a vase, or a vase if you're posh. These are facts. My t-shirt says autistic and proud. This is a fact. Now, opinion. This hat is pretty. This hat is ugly. This hat is a cowboy hat. This hat is a summer hat. This hat is for all sexes and genders. This hat is just for men. This hat is just for women. These are opinions. These flowers are pretty. Fake flowers are better than real flowers. They last longer. This vase is cream. This vase is dirty white. These are opinions. But I personally, for one, and most autistic people that I've met, will say those different things in the same way. So when we know something is a fact, we will argue till the universes collapse in on themselves, the multiverses. So we'll argue pretty much forever. When it's an opinion, we won't. We'll still give our opinion, but we can change that opinion if you come up with a valid argument or a valid reason or a factual based reason why we are wrong, which when it comes to most opinions isn't really a thing. But if you can debate with us, you can win a debate. If you can't, it's probably because you're wrong. See, the autistic brain learns to an extreme degree. So if we are interested in something and we know something, and by the way, our brain is literally bottlenecked towards facts, information, learning. We become completely blind, blinkered, like a shy horse, to everything else around us, when we are so focused in on what we want to learn. Now, let me reiterate what we want to learn. We won't really learn what we don't want to. So when it comes to the things we're interested, especially our special interests, we will learn everything that we can about those. Then you try and argue with us or debate with us about the things that we know to be true. So this is where the problem lies. You get annoyed with us, you get frustrated with us, you get angry with us, you sometimes even hate us because we act superior or more intelligent, or we act like we know everything. Well, we don't. We know what we know. This is a hat. These are fake flowers. This t-shirt is red. We know what we know. You can't really argue with facts. So we become very, very annoyed and frustrated to the point where we literally have a meltdown because you're doing these ridiculous things like arguing with facts. So we might come across as aggressive or overly emotional. We might come across as angry, but it's really our brains are just collapsing in on themselves with just utter disappointment and confusion as to why you can't see that this is a hat. So if I give you a fact and you argue that fact, you're going to get annoyed with me because I'll never, ever back down. And neither will you. But I'm the one that's going to get the most upset. Because you will forget about that argument, debate, conversation. I won't. It will eat away at me. It will chip away at my head like a woodpecker. Pick, 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 pick. That is our brain. We overthink everything, every conversation, every interaction. We overthink. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being so worried about something so small that it's like, imagine you're in a disciplinary for your job, that you haven't done anything wrong, but somebody's accused you of, say, something like racism or sexism or cheating or stealing, but you haven't done it, but someone's accusing. You'd be so worried going into a disciplinary. Your job could be on your line, your reputation, your friendships, your marriage, your life. You could lose everything because of one thing. That is the pressure our brains are under for the smallest of things. A conversation, an interaction that you would have definitely forgotten about, where we cannot let it go. It goes on and on and on, eating away. We relive it over and over and over and over again in our heads. People understand our brains, understand our problems. This is not a disability, this is an advantage because we are so focused on things. But if you as neurotypicals could just understand us, we wouldn't have to go through all that trauma. And it is trauma because you could just say, okay, you're right. What difference does it make to your world? What difference does it make to your life? It doesn't. But it makes a huge one to ours. Now, when it comes to opinions, I can understand how that would be a frustrating thing to have a conversation, argument, debate with an autistic person, because the thing is, we give opinions like we give facts. That is, again, how our brains work. We actually can't differentiate between the two within a conversation. We know when something is an opinion, we know when something is a fact. We know that. But when we're talking about it, we are equally passionate about both things. So they sound exactly the same. So when I say, because this is my opinion, that this is a cowboy hat, and someone says, well, no, it's a summer hat, I will argue the same way that it's a cowboy hat. I know that is my opinion, but I'm passionate about my opinion, as everybody is. That's the whole point of having an opinion, is that you can then give it to other people If you keep it to yourselves, your brain might pop. I know mine might pop. I don't want to do that. That would be bad. So I get it out. So I'm an opinionated person. But yeah, maybe I am an opinionated person, but I'm also a factual person. And if I have a special interest, I like to talk about facts within that special interest. And they are facts. They are facts to the best of my knowledge. So if you can come up with a better fact that trumps my fact, and you give me an accurate and scientific explanation, not just, well, I think so, but an accurate one, then I will, I guarantee you, change my mind. But you have to beat my brain. It's a debate. You got to beat my brain. Good luck with that. But it has happened. It does happen. Rarely, I will give you that. But it does happen. And I don't want to give you a specific example of my personal interactions because they're normally about religion or they're normally about science and things like that, which are heated. But if I do go off on a tangent, if the autistic person you know does go off on a tangent, just let us have it. Because for our mental health, it is far, far more damaging for you to argue with us than it is for you, your mental health, just to give in. Love us, accept us, be patient with us, and hopefully, because of these videos, understand us. Thank you.